Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Julie. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 and I enjoy sharing food content here on my channel. As a large family mom, feeding a lot of people, trying to feed my family healthy meals and also budget-friendly meals, I enjoy sharing just meal ideas for you guys. And so in today's video, I'm gonna take you along for a week and I'm gonna share what is for lunch. This is a summertime lunches video. So typically, September through June, it is homeschool time, and so we're eating at home and eating in the middle of our busy homeschool days. But now it's summer and sometimes we're on the go, and so you'll see the meals we have, they sometimes reflect that. In the winter, in the fall and in the winter, I do a lot of leftovers for lunch, so I'm making big batches of soup and chili and just so many dinner options that I can just serve for lunch the following day. We don't do that very often in the summer. It's a lot more sandwiches and the like, but I'm gonna take you along this week and share what I am serving my family for lunch. I am just in the middle of prepping lunch here today. So I made these buns. These were hamburger buns I made a couple nights ago for our burgers, and so we're just gonna have the leftover buns. On these sandwiches, I put salami and cheese and lettuce. So I'm just gonna close those up, slice them in half. I am gonna slice up tomatoes and onions as well, but not everybody likes that. Everybody's gonna have what's currently on the sandwiches, and then they can add tomatoes, onions, mustard. I'm also going to chop up some raw veggies. I'll show you in a second how it's all set out ready for lunch, but I just wanted to show you what is in the sandwiches here first. Lunch is all ready here. We're just getting ready to bring everything outside. What did you want to say?
And I'm saying table.
I sliced those sandwiches all in half. They're just here on the plate. We've got our tomatoes and onions, cucumbers and carrot sticks. We also have a bowl of green grapes, ranch for the veggies, and mustard for our sandwiches. There's our first lunch of the week. Here is today's lunch. I baked this morning this sourdough loaf. It is Parmesan cheese and everything bagel seasoning. So I made just my typical sourdough bread, and then what I do is before the last rise, I laminate it. So I take my dough and I stretch it all out into a big rectangle, and then I sprinkled Parmesan cheese and everything bagel seasoning on that. Then I did like a fold, more toppings, fold again, more toppings. Then I roll it up into the perfect round ball of dough, and then it rises, it sits in the fridge overnight, and then this morning I baked it. So you can hardly tell that there are some special spices in here, but my goodness, does it smell delicious. So Parmesan cheese, everything bagel seasoning, I sliced up that loaf and buttered it. I thought we would just have ham on this bread. Oh, you know what? Actually, mustard. Zara, would you get out the mustard? We'll definitely want, well, some of us are like mustard lovers, myself and the older kids. Thank you. We love mustard on our sandwiches, cucumber slices, and then we also had a bunch of fresh strawberries. I love fresh berry season, and that's what it is right now. So some fresh fruit to go along with our lunch. Here is what we've got for lunch today. So I had a whole bunch of leftover chicken in the fridge from dinner, and I just wanted to use it up, and so I was kind of trying to decide what should I do with all this leftover chicken. And typically this is a meal that I would make at dinner, and maybe we'd have leftovers another day at lunch. We're kind of doing it opposite today, so it's lunch. I made a big old batch, and I know that the next couple nights we have to eat pretty quickly and head out the door after, so I thought maybe we'll have leftovers for dinner tomorrow night. So I made a big batch. I just cooked up some basmati rice here in the Instant Pot. Then when it was done, I poured in some of these frozen veggies. It's a peas and carrots and corn and beans mix. And then I added soy sauce, garlic powder, and a whole bunch of pepper. Just got that all mixed together. Yes, I added the veggies frozen. Did I say chicken? Obviously, I added a whole bunch of chopped up chicken. I added all of that cold, but because this was so hot when it was done cooking, it's just like, it's warm. It's actually perfect that I can start serving it up here and we can just start eating. So that is it's like a chicken fried rice, but it's not fried at all. There's no eggs in it, but that's our rice dish for lunch today. We are just heading out this morning to the splash pad and the park. And so we're gonna have a picnic lunch while we're there. This is a ridiculously large container for this naan bread, but all of my appropriate size containers are in the fridge with leftovers. So we're gonna bring this big old container. What I do is I take naan bread, I butter it, sprinkle some salt on it, and then I toast it in the oven, and then I just cut them into triangles when they come out of the oven. If we're eating this at home, this naan bread is really good warm. Obviously it's going to be cold when we end up eating it, but it's still a little bit crispy after toasting it in the oven. We're going to bring along this roasted garlic hummus. I chopped up a bunch of carrot sticks, lots of strawberries, and then I had some leftover Greek salad from earlier this week, so I'm going to have this for my lunch. I will likely have some strawberries, and we'll see how full I am after eating this, but this delicious Greek salad, I'll post a link to the recipe in the comments if you want to try it out, or in the description box, sorry. It's a bunch of veggies and olive oil and vinegar and lemon juice and spices, feta cheese, and so that's like at the bottom there. And then for some extra protein, I sprinkled a bunch of real bacon bits on top, and oh, I even found some plates in the pantry. Usually if we're having a picnic lunch, I often will do like lunch boxes for the kids, but this lunch worked better to just, everybody can just take from the communal containers. And I often don't have paper plates on hand, but this must be left over from Zara's? Oh, Charity, it's yours. Charity had a birthday in January. So yeah, leftover from Charity's birthday party. So that is today's picnic lunch. It is Friday. I am about to slice up this cinnamon raisin sourdough loaf and prep our lunch, but you know, when the loaf comes out of the oven, it just looks so pretty, and I thought before I slice it up, I have to just start by showing you the loaf. Lunch is ready. The cinnamon raisin bread toasted and buttered. Most of us like cream cheese on this bread, but I do have a couple of kids who are not fans of cream cheese, so they'll have honey or just toast as it is. But those are the options for spreading on our toast. And then I just fried a bunch of eggs. Eggs fried, I would say, is our favorite way to eat them right now. We go through times where I'm always doing scrambled eggs, but right now I would say most of the family enjoys fried eggs, and this cinnamon raisin bread is a favorite. It's just a win. I sliced up and toasted this much, but I likely will have to slice more because we all just really enjoy that bread. It is Saturday and we're having leftovers for lunch. So the other day you saw that I made this rice dish in the Instant Pot, and then the next night I took the rice and I made it into a like veggie chicken fried rice. So I took a frying pan and fried up a bunch of eggs and onions, dumped this on top with some more soy sauce. And so we had that. It was really good, and there's just a little bit left of that. Hold on there. I also, with some more of the leftover chicken last night, I made this dish. So I made a white sauce, basically just with half and half cream and onions and garlic and mushrooms and the chopped up chicken and salt and pepper and parsley. That was really tasty. So both of these leftover dishes. I also chopped up a bunch of veggies, and we have some hummus specifically for whoever has the pasta, because there's lots of veggies in this rice dish. I was about to slice up also more leftovers, the rest of this Parmesan loaf from earlier this week. I was going to toast that and butter it and thought, no, let's just see how far this goes first. we'll eat this, and then if anyone's still hungry, we can go back to that. But that is it for today's lunch. And you know what? I'm gonna be back in a little bit because I'm gonna show you Sunday's lunch. Our Sundays, we always eat packed lunches. We eat that at church. So I always prep those lunches on Saturdays. So I'll be back in just a little bit to show you what is for our Sunday lunch. I've just finished packing our lunches for tomorrow, and so I'm gonna show you before I close these containers all up and stick them in the fridge. So here are the kids' lunch boxes. They have different likes and dislikes. The girls, for whatever reason, don't like cheese strings. So the boys each have cheese strings in their lunch boxes. Everybody has these pepperonis, a variety of crackers, some raisins in this little muffin tin, silicone muffin cup, and some cucumbers. So that's what the kids have for their lunches. At our lunch break at church, there's always like cookies served, little treats. So I definitely don't need to put any treats in their lunch boxes. Andrew and I don't have those fancy lunch boxes. And so in ours, we just have pepperonis, cheese strings, some raw veggies. I'm gonna bring along this box of Wheat Thins. And then we have a container of cashews and almonds. So just a nice light lunch on Sundays. I like doing lunches like this because then the kids can eat whatever they want. Usually there's some left because, you know, they're with friends and everything. They're just not eating like they usually would at home. But then when we drive home a little bit later on, they can just pull out their lunch boxes again, and it's not like half-eaten sandwiches. It's just more snacky food they can finish, and they usually do finish on the drive home. Thank you so much for watching today's video, this week of lunches. Make sure you check back on my channel. Every Wednesday I share food content. Usually it's a full day of food, but once in a while I'll do a week of lunches or a week of dinners. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.